Yes, hello once again to all you fragrance legends out there, and thank you very much for tuning in to this latest episode of Mags Frags, where we skip the gimmicks and always allow the fragrance to be the star of the show. I hope you're all having a great new year so far, and there's already been a ton of new fragrance releases at the start of 2025. But today I'm focusing on this brand new range from Zara called the Black Lights Collection. This fresh new lineup of 4 men's fragrances is definitely turning heads with its sleek presentation and approachable price point, coming in at just £22.99 each for a 100ml bottle size. They all come in an eau de parfum concentration, and long gone are the days where Zara fragrances would only last like half an hour before you can no longer detect them. These bad boys are long lasting, and in my opinion will give you modern designer fragrances a run for their money, which in most cases are going to cost you 4 or 5 times more than these. They come in a stylish minimalist presentation box with a black ribbon wrapped around the outside. The chunky glass bottles are also very minimalistic in design, which look really classy, and they appear to be black until you hold them up directly against the light, and then you'll see that they have their own individual translucent colourway. And get this, they even come with a magnetic cap. Yes, that's right, you heard me correctly. A magnetic cap on a fragrance costing £20. That's just insane. And just before I get into this review, guys, I just want to state that this is in no way a sponsored video, and I don't get paid a single penny for talking about these products today. I bought them all using my own money, and I actually had to drive to a couple of different Zara stores just to be able to buy them all, because they'd sold out of a couple of them at the first store that I went to, which was a little bit of a bummer. But with all that said, let's get straight into it and find out if Zara's new range is worth adding to your 2025 collection. Okay, so the first one today is called Red Eclipse, and it comes in a very deep red bottle. And the official notes listed on the Zara website for this one are bergamot, clary sage and a touch of leather. This is a perfect daily driver with just the right balance of brightness and intensity, and ideal for those who value classic elegance with a modern twist. It opens with a vibrant burst of bergamot, delivering a crisp and zesty freshness off the top that instantly feels uplifting and energetic. However, there's also a mild and pleasant, almost fruity sweetness which instantly comes through from that leather note in the base. It's certainly not overly sweet though, and it's kind of like a tart red berry type aroma which settles down quite quickly, but you definitely do notice it straight away. As the scent evolves, the heart reveals the herbaceous and slightly floral depth of clary sage, which brings a refined aromatic edge with just a hint of earthiness. Imagine picking strawberries or raspberries outdoors in early summer when the red fruit is surrounded by luscious green leaves. That's basically what you're going to get from this one, especially in the early part of the scent. Finally, the base note of leather unfolds, creating a warm and seductive finish that lingers on the skin. However, this never really veers off into becoming a leather-dominant scent as such, and this grounding base note acts more like a sweeter note just to balance and complement the clary sage in the heart. And to be honest, it stays quite linear throughout, so you'll always get a slightly bright green outdoorsy freshness from the clary sage right through to the end. This is a really likeable and versatile fragrance, and whether worn casually or for a formal event, it leaves a lasting impression of understated luxury and effortless charisma. In terms of performance, people are definitely going to notice it on you as you walk by, but it's not really an overpowering scent that's going to fill a room, so don't be afraid to give yourself a few extra sprays. It lasts a good 10 hours if you spray your clothes with it, but it's not a scent that you're going to constantly smell on yourself or get much from it in the way if you go directly to where you first sprayed it. It's one of those where you forget about it, and then every half an hour or so you'll catch a really nice strong waft of it in the air just as you're moving about and going about your business. But this is a really nice, easygoing and pleasant fragrance that I think more people are going to like than disliking it. Okay, so next up is this one called Blue Zenith, and as you can see it comes in like an indigo coloured bottle, and the notes listed for this one are mandarin orange, cinnamon, lavender and vanilla. Okay, so this playful, youthful fragrance is full of energy and charm. It opens with a bright burst of mandarin orange, blending with the sweet, creamy vanilla, giving it a fresh, juicy introduction. And unlike the Red Eclipse I've just spoken about, which didn't really remind me of any other fragrance that I already have in my collection, The opening of this one is definitely going to remind you of Ultramal by Jean-Paul Gaultier, albeit noticeably less sweet and intense. But as it settles, it does bring some subtle differences of its own, which allows it to drift away from that obvious Ultramal DNA that you get from the opening spray. As it dries down, cinnamon adds a warm, spicy kick that's both fun and inviting, whilst soft lavender brings a springtime clean and calming balance to the heart of the scent. The vanilla in the base is definitely the star of the show for me in this one though, and it just wraps everything up from start to finish with a warm, sweet and comforting embrace. This one is probably going to be the most popular one in the line because of its mass appealing scent profile, and it's also probably the best performer too, with more of a loud room-filling sillage, which lends itself better to nights out rather than to wear as a daytime scent in my opinion. It'll become a bit too heavy and sickly if you go too heavy on the sprays, but if you enjoy sweet, playful and youthful scents that command loads of attention, then this is definitely your guy. Okay, so this next one also reminded me of a fragrance that I've come across a couple of times before. But this time it wasn't so obvious, and only your more hardcore fragrance enthusiasts are going to be able to make the connection. This is called Platinum Sky, which comes in like a grey anthracite coloured bottle, and contains the notes of mandarin orange, saffron and suede. This is a modern and daring scent with an airy mineral-like quality that's definitely inspired by the ethereal and futuristic aroma of Ganymede by Marc-Antoine Barrois. It opens with the zesty brightness of mandarin orange, creating a refreshing and uplifting introduction. But as the scent evolves, a sophisticated heart of saffron adds a warm spiciness, balancing the citrus with like a golden richness. Finally, the base reveals a velvety layer of suede, lending a soft, luxurious texture that just wraps around the composition and in like understated sensuality. It's a mysterious and metallic scent profile that some people are going to definitely find a little bit more on the challenging side, especially more than the first two fragrances that I've just spoken about. It has a complex medicinal freshness that's quite difficult to put into words actually, but it's a very interesting otherworldly smell if you've never come across this type of scent DNA before. It's a sophisticated and grown-up scent that I feel will appeal more to guys over the age of maybe 30 to pair with a nice suit, whereas I've just mentioned the blue Zenith one, which is more for younger, juvenile guys, and it's just got that more playful quality about it. So there's definitely going to be something for everyone in this new Black Lights collection, that's for sure. In terms of performance, this projects a softer, understated scent trail that people around you are definitely going to be able to notice, but it's certainly not loud and obnoxious, and it whispers class and elegance rather than shouting for attention. It's probably one I'd be more likely to reach for during the daytime rather than wearing for a night out or an evening event, and it'd make for a great work or office fragrance in my opinion. It's a really interesting smelling aroma, but like I say, it's not as mass appealing as the other ones in this little collection, so just approach it with a touch more caution. And finally, we've got this one, which is called Golden Fog, and this one comes in like an amber coloured bottle. And although it does look like it's going to contain similar notes to Platinum Sky, it's actually a totally different scent character. This contains bergamot and mandarin up top, with again a heart note of saffron and a base of black leather. But this time it's more like what I'd expect from a fragrance containing saffron and leather, and you get a darker, rich, mysterious Middle Eastern vibe from it. It starts out with a fleeting blast of citrusy freshness from the bergamot and mandarin orange, offering a glimmer of light before it descends into much darker depths. It's not long before the leather note dominates with its smoky, enigmatic intensity, evoking the shadows of a hidden world filled with secrets and intrigue. There's actually 3 fragrances in the Black Line collection that list leather as a base note, but this is the only one where the leather really comes through and projects an aura of dark sophistication and exotic charm. Again, when I smell this, it is reminiscent of some other fragrances that I may have smelled before in the past, and I'm thinking along the lines of things like Alfetti Leather by Penhaligon's, or maybe Cairo, but definitely kind of something exotic and in that darker, more exotic genre. But this is a bold, masculine and opulent smelling scent with a seductive edge, and it would be perfect for evening wear when you want to smell like the richest and most successful guy in the room. It's not a powerhouse room filler though, and it does only have a moderate sillage, and you'll only catch subtle wafts of it in the air as the wearer, and it's quite strong when you smell it on somebody else though. But it's super long lasting, and you'll still be able to smell it on your clothes the day after wearing it, which for a £20 fragrance you can't ask for much more. And again, it's a really rich smelling scent. You'd never know that you paid just over £20 for it. Okay, so in summary, all 4 of these bring something totally different to the table, and for just over £90 you can have 4 different fragrances that'll cover you for almost any situation. If you want something easy and versatile that you can wear every day, then Red Eclipse will be your answer. The Platinum Sky and the Golden Fog are the most challenging, but also the most interesting ones in my opinion. And the Blue Zenith is going to be a fan's favourite, and the one that non-fragrance collectors are likely to buy from smelling it just in the shop. There's also plenty of other new 2025 releases from Zara, so you can also go and check those out the next time that you're in one of their stores. But it was this Black Lights collection that really caught my attention. I think it's a really strong little range. So if you've already smelled any of these, then don't forget to leave me a comment down in the comment section and tell me what you thought of them yourself. So that's about it for this episode, but don't forget I'll be back again in a couple of days' time with a brand new designer fragrance to talk about. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of my future uploads. So as always guys, once again, stay safe, keep smelling fresh, and I'll see you very soon in the next one. Bye bye for now.